right, so how's everybody out there doing today? It's of course your boy Volandis, and we got a new camera. We're filming on it right now, so I kind of just wanted to take the time to talk to y'all about it and to talk to y'all about the future of filmmaking for me. So let's do it. Now y'all know when I usually get a new piece of gear, I like to show y'all something in depth, but I didn't really have time, so here's a video of me making a martini with my new camera.
Yeah. What's the worst case scenario? Plan out in your head how it's all gonna go. So you think you got it covered, but there's always something new that you discover you've not thought about. You can never figure out every possible outcome, and you're so scared you'll get it wrong. Have a good time, but worry after. Petrified, will they think I'm awkward? When your brain's wired for disaster, even good things leave a bitter taste. Try to calm down, thoughts spinning faster. Terrified, hide it with laughter. When your brain's wired for disaster, even good things leave a bitter taste. Even good things leave a bitter taste, yeah. Even good things leave a bitter taste, yeah. Even good things leave a bitter taste, yeah. Even good things leave a bitter taste.
Alright, cool. So now we're back at the crib here to talk a little bit more about the new camera that I just purchased. And honestly, it doesn't need to be like this big reveal type thing. I got the Black Pocket Magic 6K Pro, whatever the name of it is. Now I kind of wanted to make this video and just kind of speak candidly about why I got this camera and kind of my goals and aspirations and really just the direction that filmmaking is going for me. Now a lot of you may not be aware because a lot of you guys are new, but this channel has taken so many different turns and twists, and I've done so many different things on this channel. When I first started, I was doing vlogs, and then I started doing short films and trying to make movies and stuff like that, just with the things that I have no big production or anything like that. And there's a lot of things that I didn't care about, and there's a lot of things that I maybe should have cared about but just didn't. I just wanted to make things, and that's what I did. As I got deeper and deeper into filmmaking and making videos for this YouTube channel, I've come to a point, I think now in my filmmaking journey, where I'm trying to take it a little bit more serious. And as my filmmaking career is progressing, and as I'm trying to progress my filmmaking career, I do want to start doing other things and start to work towards doing other things like feature films and documentaries and commercial work. And I kind of just wanted to get a camera that kind of signifies that journey towards those things. And if you're not new here, you know that I use the FX3, the Sony FX3 for this channel and all the YouTube videos that I've made over the past year. And the Sony FX3 is an amazing camera. I can't really say too many great things about it. It's probably my favorite camera for video that I've ever used in my life. Probably might be my favorite camera that I ever use in life, probably, just because I have this connection to it and I love it so much. And I just feel like this camera helped me become a better filmmaker and helped me develop a style and just helped me do all the things that I wanted to do with this YouTube channel and just with learning filmmaking in general. And I love this camera for those things. And this camera is very capable of doing all the things that I want to do within filmmaking anyway. But when I use this camera, the only thing I kind of think about is YouTube. And honestly, that's not a bad thing, because YouTube is a great place for filmmakers, directors, anybody who does anything creative on this platform. I feel like the word YouTuber kind of comes off as some people kind of take that as negative, but I think being a YouTuber is an amazing thing. Not everybody has the chance or opportunity to actually really be a YouTuber and call themselves that, because it's not easy. As much as people would, I don't know, assume that it was, it's not easy at all. But for me, I just kind of wanted to get a camera that when I look at it, I don't really think YouTube first, I think all those other things. And honestly, me using this camera for YouTube has, I don't know, maybe made me think that like, I don't know, my YouTube camera, I need a whatever, who cares? And like I said at the beginning, I kind of just want to talk about the Blackmagic kind of candidly. I don't want to get too much into like the technical aspects of things, because if you watch this channel, you know that that's not really my thing. That's not something I love talking about. And I also think that I'm just really tired of like the conversation about gear, because I don't know, it's 2023. We've had endless conversations about gear mattering, does it not matter? Like, who cares? Either it matters or it doesn't to you, and that's all that really matters. But again, for me, and my reasoning for getting this camera does have some things to do with the technical aspects of cameras, but they all fall in line with my own individual personal preference within wanting a certain camera for doing certain things. For example, with the FX3, I like that it has a flip out screen. That way when I'm sitting here talking to the camera, I can see myself and I can, you know, make sure things are lined up, and I never have to really think about if I'm in focus or if I'm in frame the right way or anything like that. I love that it has autofocus. That way I can, I don't know, autofocus on myself when I'm out in the field or sitting down right here. Although I never use autofocus on this camera at all. I'm not using autofocus right now. I don't use it with my other, like when I'm doing other things, because I have manual focus lenses that don't autofocus anyway. So I never really use autofocus in the first place. But yeah, this camera is great, and there's directors out there who's using this camera for actual movies, which is insane and dope and kind of cool to think about, because this camera that's so accessible to everybody out there, if you can afford it, of course, can be used for, you know, feature length films and movies and whatever else you want to use it for. But for me, I had a few reasons to why I specifically wanted the Blackmagic instead of like the FX6 or the I don't know, Red Komodo or an RE camera or any of those other cameras out there that's, I don't know, kind of competitors with this one and the FX3 and all those other cameras. For one, first and foremost, I think this is the biggest reason, the most important reason, is for everything that you get with inside of this camera, the price of it is unbeatable in my opinion. Because for two bands, because I got mine used, they usually cost $2,500, but for two bands you can get Blackmagic RAW, focus assist, false color, ProRes 4K, Blackmagic RAW, and 6K. You can get, there's so many things that come within real cinema cameras, all built into this camera that costs $2,000 that even this FX3 doesn't have. The menu system on this camera is one of the easiest menu systems to work with. Anybody with a Sony camera knows how insane, if you first just like for the first time look at that menu system, how intimidating and confusing it could be. Everything on this camera is so easy to find and so easy to use and set up. If you've never used a camera before, or a camera like this one, it'd probably take you 10 minutes to learn it at most. Like I said, it has a true shutter angle, 180 degree shutter angle, which this camera also doesn't have. And honestly, this may come as a surprise to some of you guys, but one of the main reasons that I got this camera was for the Super 35 sensor. Again, as some of you guys may know, I worked with the Red Komodo, which also has a Super 35 sensor. I used the Alexa Mini, which also has Super 35 sensor not too long ago. And ever since working with those cameras, I've honestly fell in love with the look of Super 35. And also the image that comes out of this camera is incredible. And honestly, you can't go wrong with any camera out there on the market today. Lumix makes good cameras. Sony's make amazing cameras. I'm sure Canon and Nikon makes amazing cameras. At this point in the game, all these cameras are amazing. So honestly, it just comes down to personal preference. But I feel like the Blackmagic is so easy to match up with, like, I don't know, a Red camera or even an RE camera. It may not be perfect, but I feel like it's the closest to matching up with some of those cameras, so it can be used as a B camera on some sets as well. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm diving a little bit deeper into now doing documentary work, and honestly, I've officially started working on my first documentary. But I'm super excited for what that means for me and what this camera is going to change in filmmaking for me personally. I feel like it's a step in a direction that I've been wanting to go within filmmaking for a long time, and I'm extremely very excited for what that looks like. And that doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop using my FX3 for this YouTube channel. I'll probably always use my FX3 like for everything that involves this YouTube channel. When I start shooting with this and start making a documentary, clearly I'm going to, you know, keep you guys updated, show you guys some stuff that I'm working on. I'll probably keep you guys updated on this channel, but mostly probably on my other channel, Vuh Films. If you are not subscribed to that channel, go subscribe if you want to keep up with the documentary work and stuff like that. So also forgot to mention that this camera has a lot of like very professional like ports on it that like my FX3 doesn't even have, like a full HDMI and USB and a 12 volt for like for D-taps and V-mount batteries and XLR ports, 2 XLR ports, like in camera and not like, I don't know, built into a handle. And honestly, I almost forgot the biggest thing, and probably like, no, not even probably, one of the main reasons that I bought this camera was the built-in NDs. How did I forget? Bro, this camera has built-in NDs, which is insane. And like I said before, I would just go out, shoot, no NDs, no nothing, just vibes. I started buying ND filters, but then I had to buy ND filters for every single lens that I had. And I don't know, I had to switch NDs sometimes to another lens if I started using another lens. But the fact that this has NDs built into it is like, that's like truly insane. And honestly, if my FX3 had built-in NDs, then I probably just would have never even bought another camera. And then I could have bought the FX6, but then that camera is like $6,000, and Komodo's also, well, Komodo's don't even have built, whatever. Now I'm just talking. But anyway, and more importantly, I wanted a camera that was designed and built with filmmaking in mind. I didn't want a hybrid camera. I didn't want a camera that could also take decent pictures as well. I wanted a camera that was truly just made for filmmaking and making videos. Now, does the Blackmagic have its downfalls and shortcomings and things that it lacks? Of course. I don't think there's a camera out there that someone wouldn't have a problem with. But for me and what I want to do, this is perfect. But yeah, I think I touched on everything that I wanted to touch on about this camera, because I don't know, I really just wanted to show y'all and keep y'all in the loop with what I got going on. So yeah, I hope you guys are just as excited as I am, because I haven't been able to stop using or thinking about using the camera since I got it, which I think is a good thing. So, but yeah, man, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, got something out of it. If you did not, I apologize. If you're not subscribed, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I would truthfully and gratefully appreciate that. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. The air quality in Michigan is like 300, which is insane. It's like the worst air quality in the world right now, unfortunately. So I'm gonna be in the house all day. But you guys, y'all should go outside, go do some shit. You know the vibes, man. Let's get it.